Oh, it's little Harry, isn't it?
7-year-old about
Yeah, I know.
Emily.
Yeah.
When I first went there, Luke told me I went for I played for Leicester Ladies. He's like, do you know? And listening to music at like Leicester players,
Yeah.
but like ladies. I was like, no, I don't know.
No, it's not Leicester City.
He spoke to him about football at Harvard. He said that his cousin plays at Harvard team. He watches it all the time, so got a family.
Yeah.
Such close with them as well.
Okay.
So it's why they're all right.
So his moment would be.
Skills football. It's just families.
No, well, when would it all happen together? What's the point?
Going to a football match. I'd say.
With his family.
Yeah.
Okay. It might be as simple as that. It might be that he loves that. It might be that his money factor is one thing as well, and he might have to save up to buy his own ticket once in a blue moon. Do you know, that sort of thing. If these three things happen together for these children, how do you think they feel when it does happen? Feel really good. Definitely feel pretty good. And it's a sort of a safe place as well. Something that they know that they enjoy. And the reason we want to let them know that they're their strengths are purely because if something rubbish happens in their life and somebody might leave the home, it might be just that they go from primary school to secondary school. And some kids are scared to death about that change, going from a little village school, 100 kids, to going to 1,500 kids at Welland Park. They're scared to death and they think suddenly their life's rubbish and they've got nothing to fall back on. Now, if they know that this is there, then they can just build on that and feel comfortable that they've got somewhere that is constant and is good. Now, what we also try and help them do is if they've got three things that are working, is there a flow-on effect that we can help them with? And the flow-on effect, I mean by, is there something that you can add into those three as well? So, if it's the skill, community, and what's yours, Kieran? And peer. What would be the next element that might make them feel really good as well? So, would it possibly be parents coming to watch that match that might make them feel even more special? Do you know what I mean? If we can make their three strengths are really strong when they happen together, but the flow-on effect is that everything else just has a little lift as well because the parents go and watch that football match that they've been talking about for ages. They might even invite aunties and uncles and make a proper family day of it. They might then go and do an assembly at school about that football match. And so everything just feels a bit lifted, you know, a bit better for them. So the children, what we're trying to do is let them walk away knowing their strengths so they can make it happen. Some kids at Ralston, at Esmonsal, even at Wilderston, and Rugby, I guess, some won't find their strengths particularly easy to come about. They'll think that everything is pretty average. They've not got any good mates. Mum and dad don't get on, they don't listen to them. Or they are so relaxed about parenting that they've given them no guidelines, no ground rules. No, you can't have a midnight feast every night at 12 o'clock because that's just not the right thing to do. You know, they don't know the boundaries with their parents. They might really struggle. So this for them is really important. And even if they can pick three things that are number 4, 5 and 6, you know, or 3 number 4s in their skill, at least it's something that they can grasp onto and hopefully it'll boost their sort of their life. Okay. So the other thing that we'll move on to, I'll just change the slide. Does that make sense? Because I think for me it's quite exciting when you can think about the bigger picture for the kids. This next part, we teach the kids this in a sort of a longer term workshop over 6 weeks, and they do a bit of the optimistic and pessimistic thinking. Hands up here, who's an optimist? So they reckon that only 2% of the world are born optimists, and everybody else has to try and make themselves an optimist. It's easy to be pessimistic. It's easy to think everything's rubbish, or everything's not so great, than to think positively good. And if you think back to this child, possibly, well, you might know which one they fit into. What would Harry fit into here?
No, he is very positive.
Yeah, I'd say.
And just try and prove yourself a lot. Just wait for someone to prove yourself.
Yeah. So if I explain a little bit more about optimistic and pessimistic, Kim, would you just do me a favour? Just move on to the next slide.
It's quite difficult to classify someone as an optimist or a pessimist, isn't it? It's more like a spectrum, like you're on one, you're going to be on one side there a little bit. I think everyone's always going to be a bit of a mixture. You're never going to be just one or the other.
Yeah, I think you have better days
Yeah.
than always being bad. Thanks, Kieran.
It's at different situations
Yeah.
as well, at different areas of life. They'll see different things.
Like,
So like they might see, say their way out is their sport,
yeah,
then that they can be really like optimistic about it. But then if life at home is not great, it's like a broken family, they struggle with money, then they might be like really pessimistic about it and saying that it's never going to get better. That's just the way it is. That's the way I'm like where I'm from kind of thing.
okay,
So at different areas of their life,
Yeah.
it sees different things.
yeah. I guess that's quite a good point, really. But if we go through this, it might just help you see that how you can see some children are definitely pessimists because they might wake up on one day and they think everything's going to go bad or everything's going to go well.
I think I'll show you some examples of like how things can be better.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
I went on a course over the weekend with a guy he's got England and GB caps, guarantees, and he's from a broken family. He's a coloured guy from London,
Yeah,
like from an estate in London, and he played GB hockey,
yeah,
which is an absolute rarity.
Yeah.
Like his family is broken, he lives in council estates, like his dad left before he was born, and so it's just like everything about him says like half his mates were in prison by the time
Yeah.
he was 16. Everything about him just said that he wouldn't make it.
yeah,
But then he writes a report that Arsenal football came in. He thought they were going to do football, and they put out these wooden things. He was like, oh my god, my dreams are over, kind of thing,
Yeah.
football. But then he just wanted to go and play for England and Great Britain.
So
he did it.
that is an amazing example.
And I think you've got to use that for kids that are really pessimistic to change them and say, it's no matter how bad
Yeah.
something is,
Yeah.
we can go against it.
So what does that tell you? Possibly not about optimistic or pessimistic thinking. What does that tell you about him as a person?
He's just really driven,
He's driven, yeah.
and like he seeks out the support he needed.
So he navigated his resources.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go back to the resilience, he sought help. He wanted to be good at it. He wanted to improve his confidence, and he's faced a hell of a lot of adversity by the sounds of it, and he's overcome it. So he's had a strength, an inner drive. You sometimes feel people have a massive inner drive, but he's obviously a resilient character. He didn't want to go down that slippery slope. He wanted to make his life better and use things around him to help, which he could well be a pessimist, but I very much doubt it. He's probably quite optimistic in his outlook. Okay, so if you look, there's a little page on your in front of you about pessimists and optimists. Pessimists, basically, when things that are bad happen, they think it's permanent. Everything is going to be bad, and it's because of them that things have gone bad. Have you got any thoughts on, any ideas when you might have an example of that?
When you know, play football, you lose football. You don't think, you know, I'm rubbish, we're always going to lose.
Yeah.
Or then if they win, like, oh, well, we were just looking, you know, that kind of negative attitude towards everything, even if it's something good, it's still, oh, it's only for now, still rubbish.
Yeah. And you see it, and it won't last long, it's not forever. It's definitely temporary. Good things have happened, it's probably not going to happen again. It's the whole penalty shootout scenario, isn't it? Child misses a penalty to lose the game, it's my fault. Well, it's not their fault, because they've had 90 minutes to win the game as well. That child might think that because of that, everything's going to be rubbish. Every penalty from now on, I'm going to miss. Never takes one again. Yeah. When good things, Chloe, you're right. When good things happen, it's only temporary. It's not going to last. There's a reason why we won today.
Yeah,
It was
something
luck.
else, it's
Something
not me.
else. It's not me. Definitely not me. And yeah, another factor has happened. They can't see that they've had a part to play in that game. That's won.
Like, oh, their best player got injured.
Best player got injured.
Beginning, do they?
We knew the referee. You know, well, we had the wind changed in the second half. We got the wind both. You know, that sort of thing. A pessimist wouldn't go, that's because we were brilliant today. I bet next week we'll be good. A pessimist thinks that way. Okay, Johnny, just whiz it on the next one. So an optimist, when bad things happen, it's temporary. It's specific, I can learn from it. And it's because of other factors, so I can keep trying to make a difference. Any thoughts on an optimist?
Well, they just see the good in it, even if it's bad, they still see the good in it.
Yeah. Okay. Any examples of a situation? You've seen it happen, or?
It's just like when, like, if a team lost in a final or something, and they go, "Do I actually still played really, really well?" And it's like there's only one goal or one mistake.
Yeah.
And then like, "Do you know what? Let's use this. We'll train really hard, and we'll come next year and we'll win it."
Yeah. That's exactly, isn't it? Those people who go, got to the final. There's
Like,
300 other teams who
got a
didn't.
silver medal or
Still got a silver medal, still got a trophy. We played really well. They had an outstanding play. They're probably better than us on the day. But what we can do next year is maybe they passed a bit more and they moved a bit quicker. Maybe that's what we need to do. So we're better next year. We can definitely make a difference to that. And when good things happen, it's permanent. Therefore, I can depend on it. Everything is going to go well. It's because of me. We won that game because I played really well. I reckon it's going to be a good season. I think if we keep doing what we're doing, it's going to last and last and last. So it's only a subtle thing. I know from experience that playing a game of cricket out here, and a catch goes up, you drop it, and you just don't want the ball to come anywhere near you on a bad day. You just want the world to swallow you up and just disappear. On a good day, when you feel good about yourself, you're just going, nightmare. I'll catch the next one. I'll make a difference next time, definitely. Yeah. And I'm sure you've done it in your lives. Huh? What?
In the final last year, I dived over the ball.
He went to save the ball and it went straight under him.
Took a deflection.
But
There you
yeah,
go.
the thing is,
Wasn't your fault.
he actually got it.
Oh, it
Like,
was.
it touched his arms and then it just managed to roll under.
It was absolutely awful.
But what did you think at that point?
I can't wait for the game to finish. So I just hide.
Did you have the thinking of
There was some points where I thought,